everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. In case you're new here, welcome. My name is Emily and I like to make videos and content all about living a more sustainable lifestyle, including minimalism, my capsule wardrobe, slow fashion, clean beauty, and everything that kind of falls within and between that. So in today's video, as you can probably tell by the title, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a makeup tutorial. So I haven't really been doing my makeup lately too much these days as I'm mostly just staying home. But I do my makeup for my Instagram photos, so that's the look that I'm going to show you today. And I like to think of it as kind of a summer glow sort of look. So it's very warm, it has lots of golden tones, it's really just pretty and natural for summer. So I'm going to be showing you kind of my regular everyday daytime look, which is what I use normally for my photos. And then I'll also show you how to take that look from daytime to nighttime, so kind of deepen up the colors in the eyes and do a little bit of a different lip just to change things up. So for the most part, I will be using clean beauty products. I do have some products that are not clean beauty, and in that case I will be linking an alternative in the description box below. And the reason why I'm using those is just because I've had them from before and I don't want to waste them. I want to use them up before I buy something new. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start with is my base, and for that I'm going to use my Ilia foundation. And I also have this serum highlighter from them as well, and I just kind of mix the two together and put it on. And I have a mirror down here, so that's why I'm going to be looking down here a bit. So I just do one pump of the foundation, and same thing with the serum. And this just adds a nice kind of glow to the foundation. And then I just mix it together on my hands. And then just apply it with my hands. And you can use a brush for this product as well, but I find that just with this formula it goes in, or it goes on a little bit more nicely with my hands. So I'm just making sure that it's all kind of rubbed in and going down my neck a little bit just to blend it and make sure that there's no lines. So this foundation is definitely not a super full coverage foundation, but it definitely does just do a little bit to even out the skin tone. And also in combination with the serum highlighter, I feel like it just adds a nice glow to the skin. Okay, so after that I'm just going to use my RMS Uncover Up, this one. I have this in the shade 11 and it's almost done. This product has lasted me so long. So I'm just going to dab this on any blemishes or spots or anywhere that I just need a little bit of extra coverage, just using my ring finger. And again, this cover up isn't super high coverage, so your skin will still show through a little bit, but I kind of like that natural look anyway. This just kind of helps to sort of blur any imperfections and even everything out. And I'll just do a little bit under my eyes as well. I really like this concealer for under the eyes because it is so light. I also forgot to mention that before I started my base, I had already cleansed my skin and my hands and applied my moisturizer. Okay, so that's pretty much all that I do for my base. It's pretty simple. And then I'm just going to take some powder to set everything in place and make sure it doesn't move around too much, especially in my T-zone because I do tend to get a little bit oily there. And under the eyes as well. And just making sure to set anywhere that I did put the concealer. And I'm not using too much of this product, as you can see there's not really a lot kind of loose in there, so I just take a tiny little bit on the brush and then just pat it into the skin. And I'm not sweeping, I'm just patting it into the skin so that I'm not removing any of the makeup that I've applied there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is brows. So I'm going to use this Burt's Bees brow pencil. And this one is in brown. I do have blonde hair, but I like my eyebrows to be a little bit darker. And I also find that a lot of the blonde pencils, or the pencils that are meant for blonde people on the market, are quite warm and have like a lot of red tone in them. And my hair, as you can see, this is my natural color. It's quite like an ashy sort of dirty blonde. So it doesn't work for me when the products are too warm. But I find this brown one actually works quite well. So I'm just kind of filling in any spaces where my brows are a little bit more sparse, and mainly focusing underneath my brows because that is where I plucked them all the time when I was in high school, and so that's kind of where I'm missing the most brow hairs. So I'm just lightly filling it in. Okay, and now I'm going to switch over to the other side and just use the little spoolie to kind of brush that through and soften it so that it doesn't look quite so harsh. And personally, I do like more of a kind of full brow look. When I'm doing more natural makeup, I like to just kind of enhance those features, so enhance my brows, make them stand out a lot, and then kind of keep it toned down in other areas. So I'm going to use some brow gel as well, just to kind of make them look a little bit thicker and also set them in place. And this one is by Well People, and I think this is also a brown shade, but you could just use clear brow gel to set them in place if you want instead. But this will add a little bit more kind of volume to the brows. And you have to go in with a really light hand with this one, otherwise it kind of gets out of control really quickly. If you guys have a recommendation for a good clean brow gel that you really like, please leave them in the comments below because I'm not sure that I'll get this one again. I really liked the Lash Food one, but I unfortunately can't find it anymore. I'm not sure if it's been discontinued or what, but that one worked really well. So yeah, I'm just lightly brushing this through. Everybody's eyebrows are different, but with mine I kind of at the front like to keep the little front pieces sort of up, and then my eyebrows sort of grow over to the side, so I just kind of brush them the way that they naturally grow. So next I'm going to do some blush, and I'm going to use the RMS Lip to Cheek, and this one is in the color Spell, which is kind of like a nice soft sort of mauvey dusty sort of pink. And this one's really nice and natural, so what I like to do with this is just put a little bit on at a time and sort of build it up, because if you put too much on it's kind of hard to take it off. You really don't need a lot with these products. They will last you a long time. And I'm also using a lot of cream products just because I find in the summer, or for something like a summer glowy look where I do want my skin to look quite glowy and dewy, cream products just work really well for that. And with this, what I'm also going to do is just put a little bit more on my finger and put it in the crease of my eyes as a transition shade for my eyeshadow, which I'm going to do later. And that's what I really like about these products, is you can really use them for whatever. Like, there's no rules as to what you can and can't use them for. And I think this shade is just a really nice kind of warm one to put in your crease, and it looks nice and natural, and it matches with the blush and the rest of my face, so kind of just brings everything together. So last step for my face, I'm just gonna use a little bit of highlighter. So this is the RMS Living Luminizer, and I just kind of dab this wherever I want a little bit of highlight, so kind of more on the high points of my face, like my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose. I'll do in the corner of my eyes. I'll also use this to highlight under my brow bone. I really like products that are multi-purpose, so it keeps my makeup bag quite minimal. I don't have to have so many products for different things in there. I just have a few products that I can use for multiple things and don't need a whole lot. Oh, and actually the other step for my face, which I forgot, is I'll just use a little bit of bronzer just to warm everything up for summer. So this one is by Tarte, and I think I got this as a sample. I'm just kind of using it up. If I had a cream bronzer, I think RMS has one, then I would use that. But I'll use this until it's done and then maybe try that one. So I'm just sort of warming up around the edges of my face, kind of under my cheekbones a little bit, just to give them some definition and a little bit more color. And I'm just using it on a big fluffy brush. I'm not too concerned about the placement. So now onto the eyes. I'm going to start with the RMS eye polish, and this is in the color Myth. And this is a shimmering taupe color. So I'll just put it on my finger like that, and then just dab it all over the eyelid. And as you can see, I use my hands for a lot of these products, just because I do find it is a bit easier to apply. You have a little bit more control for a cream product, and I think it also gives you a bit better color payoff than using a brush. So I'm just blending that in to the transition shade that I put there before. So it's not a very dramatic look, but this is for daytime, and it just gives your eyes a nice little bit of shimmer, a little bit of color, and a little bit of definition without being too over the top. And after that, I'm also going to use the RMS eye polish in Solar, which is this gold color. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this and just put it right in the center of my eyelid, just for a little bit extra and to kind of warm it up and make it look more summery. Okay, so now for the eyelashes, I normally curl my eyelashes just because they are quite straight naturally, and this way I don't need to use a whole ton of mascara. And sometimes I'll even just skip the mascara and just have my eyelashes curled. But this is a really nice way to kind of have a natural look. And then I'm going to use some mascara just on the top lashes for daytime, and just a little bit, mainly focusing kind of on the outer lashes over here, to try and draw the shape of my eye kind of upwards that way. And last for this look, I'm going to do my lips using the RMS Lip Shine in the color Enchanted, which is just kind of this nice sort of pinky red. So normally what I do with this is just put some on my finger and then kind of dab it in the middle of the lip and then work it outwards. So this way it just keeps it very natural and soft looking. So that is the finished daytime look, and as you guys can see, it's really just natural and glowy and pretty and perfect for summer. And it's also really easy, so it only takes me about 5 to 10 minutes when I'm doing it normally. And there's not a lot of products involved, and a lot of them are beautiful, clean products. So it's a very easy and minimal look to do for daytime. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and show you how I would take this look from day to night. I'm definitely not going out anywhere these days, so I don't really have anywhere to wear this to, but it's just kind of fun and gives you another option for a second look. So I have removed my lipstick, which I had on before, as I'm going to use something else. But basically all I'm going to do to take this look and transition it from day to night is really darken up the eyes and then just do kind of a different lip. So if you are wearing this look throughout the day and then changing into night, you might want to kind of touch up everything else, just maybe reset your foundation and base if you get oily throughout the day. But as I've just applied all of that, I'm gonna skip that step. Okay, so to darken up the eyes, first what I'm gonna use is this palette by Lorac, and I'm just gonna take a fluffy blending brush like this and dip into this kind of warm brown tone at the bottom here called Cafe, and I'm just going to put that through my crease as a transition shade. And as you can see right away, it's quite a bit darker and more dramatic. So when you layer kind of the powdered eyeshadows on top of the cream eyeshadows, you definitely get a really darker and more dense color payoff, which is really nice for evenings when you want a more dramatic eye look, or any time of day really, whatever you fancy. And so I'm just kind of going back and forth in windshield wiper motions, and then also just kind of fluffing the brush at the edges to really blend it out. And I'm trying to get sort of like a V shape towards the edge of my eye. And everyone's eye shape is different, so how you apply your eyeshadows might be completely different from how I do it, and the shape you want to achieve. As you can see, I take it like right in to the center of my eye. I'm not just focusing on the outer edge. And I find that's just what works for me. I think as long as you just know kind of what works for you, and you do that, and you're focusing more on enhancing your natural features as opposed to trying to look a certain way or trying to look like someone else, that's kind of the best way to achieve a really beautiful and natural look. Just making sure that that's really nice and blended and soft. And I'm also going to take it under the eye as well, so on the bottom lid. Okay, so I'll set that aside for the moment, and then I'm going to go back in with the Solar Eye Polish and put this all across the lid. And this is just the perfect golden color for a summer look. So I'm applying quite a bit more than I did for the daytime look, just because this one is so Okay, and then what I'm going to do is layer this color from the palette, which is called Chai, just over top of that gold. So this is kind of like a shimmery bronze color. So it's just going to darken it a little bit and also help set it in place. But it's going to retain all of that golden, glowy shimmer and shine. So again, I am focusing on patting the eyeshadow in and not swiping, so that I'm keeping all of the makeup in place and not moving it around or removing it. So I'll just take that on kind of the tip of this smaller brush and run that under the eyes as well, just to define them a little bit more. And I'm just kind of connecting it at the edge with that outer V. So that's already quite a bit darker and more dramatic. So you can stop at any point throughout this look once you've kind of achieved the sort of intensity that you're going for. But I'm going to go all out. So I'm going to take some brown eyeliner and do my waterline as well as kind of push it into the lash line. Okay, so that just adds a little bit more definition to the eyes and darkens things up a bit. And I'm also going to take the same eyeliner and just kind of add a little bit to the outer corner of both of my eyes. And it's nice if you have a really soft eyeliner for this, as it helps it layer over the other products that you've already applied. And you don't have to be too perfect with this. So really just on the top lid, focusing on that outer corner. And I am pulling it out just a teensy bit for a little bit of a wing. But as you can see, it's not really a defined wing, it's kind of more soft and blended. I have a lot of trouble doing a proper winged eyeliner on my eyelids, just because they are so deeply set or hooded towards the end. One of my eyes, this eye actually, I can get it okay and the wing will be straight, and this one is always wonky and curled. So this is kind of my way of defining that outer edge without doing a winged eyeliner. So then I'm just going to take a little angled brush like this and just kind of smooth out that line and draw out that eyeliner a bit, just to sort of accentuate that wing, but still just keeping it really soft and not super defined. Okay, so again, you could stop here, but I'm going to go ahead and use another eye polish from RMS. This one is called Seduce, and it's a really dark, shimmery brown. So I'm going to focus this, and you really don't need a lot. I think I probably have too much on my finger there, so I'll probably split this. But I'm just going to focus it on the outer corners of my eyes, just to deepen them even further. And using the shape of the eyeliner that I just did as a guide. You definitely don't want to use too much of this. Start out with just a little bit, and you can always continue to layer. So basically with this eye look, I'm just layering the products and mixing and matching the cream and the powder eyeshadow, just until I've achieved that sort of density and look that I'm going for. So finally for the eyes, I'm going to go back into this palette and use the color Mink, which is this dark brown shimmery color, so it matches the Seduce color quite well. And again, just layer that over top and blend it just to set everything and make it more intense. And as you can see, I'm definitely not very precise with this look. I think it actually looks quite nice when it's just kind of smoked out and all blended together, and there's not really very harsh or defined lines. And again, I'll just take the powder and go under the eyes on the outer corner. And so for a nighttime look, I'll probably use a little bit more mascara. So I'm just going to go in and do another layer. Apply it a bit more heavily this time, so really focusing on the base of the lashes to thicken them, and then lengthening as well, making sure that they're all nice and separated and defined, but still focusing on the outer corner, and then running along the bottom lash line as well. Okay, so because the eyes are so deep now, I am just going to go back in with a little bit more of the lip to cheek blush in Spell, Just kind of make sure that my face doesn't look super washed out. And if you do apply too much of this, you can always go in with a foundation brush or something similar and just kind of blend it out and take a little bit of it away. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with kind of this more stiff brush and just kind of blend it and make sure it doesn't look too crazy. So the last thing for this nighttime version of the look is lips, and for my lips I'm going to go for the Lip to Cheek in Paradise from RMS, and this is more of kind of like a peachy pink color. Just because we did go very dramatic on the eyes, I want something that's a little bit softer. Another option I would also use is the Lip to Cheek in Spell again on my lips this time, because that's quite a nice nude color. And then I'm also going to use some lip liner. So this one is by RMS as well, and it's their Daytime Nude color. And I don't like to overline my lips too much. Normally what I just do is a little bit on the outer corner of the top lip just to make it appear a little bit fuller. But again, everyone's lip shape is different, everyone's preferences are different, so just do your lips in the way that you enjoy and that works best for you. So as you can see, just that little bit on the outer corner there made it look a little bit more full than this side over here. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so that is the evening look finished. As you can see, it's quite a bit more dramatic. It's something that I would love to wear for an evening out, like a date or drinks or meeting friends, once we're able to do that again. Yeah, or just for sitting at home when you're bored during quarantine and want to make a video. But it's a really nice, soft, but also intense and dramatic look at the same time. And I feel like a lot of these products, a lot of people already have in their makeup kit. It's using just very neutral tones, really common colors. So it's something that hopefully you can try to recreate using products that you already have. And if you're interested in any of the products that I used throughout this tutorial, then I will link them below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like it and also subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!